So good morning students. In the previous video we had seen about a non-inverting inverting schema trigger circuit. Now in this video we will be seeing about a non-inverting schema trigger circuit. So here what is the difference is in the inverting schema trigger circuit we have given the input signal to the inverting terminal there. So that input signal was connected to the inverting terminal through a compensating resistor to compensate your offset voltages. Now we will go for a non-inverting schema trigger. So in a non-inverting schema trigger, what we are going to do is the input signal should be connected to the non-inverting terminal of your operational amplifier. So now first we will assume that the output is going to be at plus Vsat. When output is going to be at plus Vsat, this output is going to be connected to the input through your feedback resistance R2. So that means that you are going to give a positive feedback to your circuit there. So here the output voltage is going to be fed back to your input through your resistance R2. And now we are going to assume that my input voltage is going to be at ground potential. When my input voltage is going to be at ground potential, and because of the offset voltage that is going to be generated, we can assume that the voltage at this point, that is at the non-inverting terminal, is going to be negative. If this voltage is going to be negative, then the voltage at the output is also going to be negative, because whatever voltage I give, same voltage will be reflected. So when a small amount of voltage is going, because of the offset voltage, if there is going to be a negative voltage at this point, my output voltage will also be negative. When my output voltage is going to be negative, then in that case my output of the operational amplifier is at negative saturation. So it will be at minus Vsat. So now I want my output to change from minus Vsat to plus Vsat. So how to change from minus Vsat to plus Vsat is, now give the input signal voltage there. When I give the input signal voltage is going to be a positive voltage. When the input signal voltage is going to be positive, the voltage at this point is going to become positive. When the voltage at this point becomes positive, then automatically my output at this point is also going to be positive. So that means that my output is going to go to a positive state. So that means my output will go from minus Vsat to plus Vsat. Now it will be at plus Vsat there. So when I want my output voltage to come from plus Vsat to minus Vsat, what I should do is, I should make my input signal to go to negative voltage there. So when my input signal goes to the negative portion or negative half of the waveform, then in that case my Vi voltage will become negative. That is, the voltage at this point will become negative. When the voltage at this point becomes negative, then automatically my output voltage will be negative. So my output will change from plus Vsat to minus Vsat. So when it is at minus Vsat, again my input voltage will become positive. If it becomes positive, the voltage at this point will become positive. If this is positive, my output voltage will be positive. When output voltage is positive, means my output will go from minus Vsat to plus Vsat there. So whatever voltage is going to exist at this point is going to be called as your upper threshold voltage and the lower threshold voltage there. So that we will see the equation there. So we are going to use in a non-inverting schema trigger, the input signal is going to be applied to the non-inverting terminal of your operational amplifier. So here we can see that when this voltage is going to be a positive one. So positive one means, here we can see that when this voltage is going to be a positive voltage. So positive voltage means this voltage is going to be called as a VUT point. So when I want to call this as a VUT point, what is my input voltage? Input voltage is nothing but from here to this one. So I will take this point to be your V2. So here if I write my KVL, what is my I2 current? I2 current is nothing but your current is flowing from this input terminal to V2. So that is equivalent to your Vin minus V2 divided by your resistance R1. We know that the differential input voltage should be 0. Your VID voltage should be 0. So for the VID voltage to be 0, the voltage at this point is 0 means, at the inverting terminal is 0 means, the voltage at this point is also 0. So that means V2 is 0. So your I2 is nothing but Vin by R1. So what is Vin? Vin is nothing but I2 into R1. So here I2 into R1 is nothing but a positive voltage. So positive voltage means my output is positive. Output is positive means the voltage at that point is going to be called as your UTP point. That is your upper threshold point there. Now to find out what is your output voltage, your output voltage is, take this part of your circuit there, that is your I2. I2 is equivalent to your V2 minus, current flows like this, so it is your V2 minus the voltage at this point is V0, so V2 minus V0 divided by your R2 resistance. We know that V2 voltage is 0, so when this is going to be 0, my I2 is equivalent to I2 into R2 minus I2 into R2 is equivalent to V0, that is your output voltage there. So here V2 minus V0 divided by your R2. So V0 is minus I2 into R2. So minus I2 into R2 means it is a negative voltage there. So in that case, when my input voltage is negative, this one will be your negative there. So as a result, you can see that it is your VLTP point. So you can see here how it is going to act. So the same thing I have said here. First we are going to assume that the output is positively saturated. When the output is going to be positively saturated at plus Vsat, your feedback is going to be given to the non-inverting input through your resistance R2. So positive feedback is applied from output to the input. The inverting terminal of the operational amplifier is connected to ground. So here now we are going to assume that input voltage is going to be at the ground potential. So when the input voltage is going to be at the ground potential, and because of the offset voltage that is going to be generated, the voltage at the non-inverting terminal is going to be slightly negative, that is slight in terms of microvolts. This microvolts is sufficient enough to drive your operational amplifier to saturation, because the open loop gain of your operational amplifier is high. So as a result, my output voltage will be negative. So when it is going to be at negative saturation, we can see what is going to be the voltage across R1. Voltage across R1 is V0 into R1 divided by R1 plus R2, a voltage divider rule. So we know V0 is going to be negative. V0 is negative means VR1 is going to be a negative quantity there. Now the non-inverting terminal input is going to be negative. So it is negative means then the output, the voltage is also going to be held at negative saturation level. So now for the output to switch from negative to positive saturation, I should increase my input voltage. So now I am going to give my input voltage there. When I am going to give my input voltage, the input signal will be raised. So until you are going to get the voltage at the non-inverting terminal to be slightly above the ground level, that is around your microvolts there. So when it is going to be slightly above the ground level, it is going to be a positive voltage. So as a result, your output of the op amp will be positive. It will go from negative saturation to positive saturation. So here the voltage that is going to be developed, output voltage is going to be developed across your resistance R2, and the input voltage is going to appear across your resistance R1. So we write Vi is equivalent to I2 into R1, that is nothing but UTP point. So what is I2 from this expression? So if I am going to take the absolute value of your V0, your I2 is nothing but V0 by R2. So we had seen in the previous expression there. So what is I2 in this expression? UTP is, I2 is nothing but V0 by R2. So I can write UTP is equivalent to R1 into V0 divided by R2. So next is, when the output is going to switch to positive saturation, the voltage at the non-inverting terminal is going to be raised above the ground, and the output is going to be maintained at positive saturation voltage. Now my output should change from plus Vsat to minus Vsat. To change from plus Vsat to minus Vsat, the input has to go to your negative waveform, negative portion or negative half cycle there. When it is made sufficiently negative, then in that case the non-inverting voltage at the non-inverting terminal is going to be a negative voltage. That means my output voltage is negative. So that time whatever voltage I am going to get, that is nothing but LTP point. So LTP is equal to R1 into V0 divided by R2. So how we are going to design the circuit is, we are going to design the circuit by selecting your I2 value. So I2 value is nothing but it should be much larger than your IB max. So how we are going to calculate is, I2 is going to be approximately 100 times of your IB max. So your R1, your trigger R1 is nothing but your trigger voltage by I2. Trigger voltage is nothing but your V0. So we can, there is your LTP and your UTP. So your R2 is nothing but V0 by I2. That is what we have found already. So now we will see a problem. For non-inverting regenerative comparator shown in the figure below, calculate the tripping voltages. Tripping voltages are nothing but your VUT and your upper threshold and your lower threshold voltage. Assume your VSAT to be plus 13.5, R2 to be 1 kilo ohm and R1 to be 100 kilo ohms there. So UTP is equivalent to your V0 into R1 by R2. So here V0 is upper threshold voltage means V0 is positive. So plus 13.5 into 1K divided by 100K. So value is 0.135 volts. LTP is R1 into V0 divided by R2. So your LTP is negative saturation. So it is minus 13.5 into 1 divided by 100. It is minus 0.135 volts. Thank you.